in the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give to Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And down inside the 15 he goes. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 8-yard line.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Jones. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. This is Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun now for Lance. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Now Lance again. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. picked off by Cameron Sutton, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half, and you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Lance now to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Here we go. Ready? And hunt. 46, boy. 46.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Burrow on play action. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead extends. It's 15-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And Lance going to throw. That's complete to Tony. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Lance looking to throw it. It's complete to Cook. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On first down, Lance looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, keep it up.
Lance looks to throw again. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Working from the gun, Lance. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Kadarius Toney in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And they're back within 8. It's 15-7.
Makes the score is 15. Bears 7.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The return man, Ty Johnson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Four yards remain for second down. Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
132 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now Jones. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, it's Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
First down marker at the 31, It's third down. Here's Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback. But now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Still 15 yards to go, second down. Another try after the first down sack. Lance, they'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. Here's Lance. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They convert on third with a gain of 22. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Forced out to his left. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Check 50.
On second down, here's Lance. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Well, for Trey Lance, not only was he the youngest quarterback in the 2021 draft class, but many say he had the strongest arm, too, and he showed it off here.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
They'll try and throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 153 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find.
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by the rookie J.C. Horn. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Lance. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From midfield, here's Lance. Now he'll escape to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back to the NFL scoreboard for his 3rd quarter in Indy. It's the Texans firmly in control of that one. They've scored again. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Eddie Goldman with a sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. .51 yards on the punt there. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, A lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Throwing now is Lance. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Burrow's throw taken in by Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Jones. 164 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Off the option, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Jones running left. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. It's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration, but now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. On 1st down, it's Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Burrow. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Packers, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Bears, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now.